Hello everybody, my name is 1T and I'd like to welcome you to my channel. A little bit about me, I'm a videographer and photographer that's been doing this for over a decade now. And during my journey in the media, I wanted to find a niche that was well suited for me. I recently discovered that I wanted to put my love for hand-to-hand combat, martial arts, all types of fighting, and choreography into use, into my field in some sort of way. So the first thing I did was start this series off that appreciate films that have hand-to-hand combat. There's more things that I definitely want to do that will be done to the channel, but for right now, I do appreciate the ones that are here for this series. And to make just this series better and better by the episode, I want to start off by giving a rating system, and I figured if I do a rating system now, I can get it out the way. So this video is just to tell you what the rating system is, and I will give a rating system for the previous videos that I've done before. My rating system is a 6-tier rating system consisting of 5 stars and then obviously no stars. And we'll go from top to bottom. And one more thing about me, my personal preference when it comes to working out and staying fit when it comes to hand-to-hand combat is boxing. So I made my rating system with boxing terms. The first set on the hierarchy is 5 stars. A 5-star movie is a knockout. Point blank period. Every aspect in the movie is done to near perfection and there's barely any complaints within the movie whatsoever. It has amazing cinematography, amazing acting, a great storyline, the choreography is on point. Everything about this movie is on point. So it's a knockout. It is knocking you out when you watch it. My 4-star tier is simply labeled, this movie has combos. This movie is not perfected, it is not hitting every single mark, but it has enough combos and have enough hits for it to be an amazing movie. The next tier is a 3-star tier, and that is going to be in the average and above, and that's just simply a 2-piece and a biscuit. We expect everyone who says they can fight to at least give us a 2-piece and a biscuit. So with that being said, it's a solid movie. You know, it has its hits, it has its mids. You know, you can always go ahead and watch it. It's a good time. There are issues with it. Fight scenes may not be the best, or the storyline might be trash, or the acting might be terrible, but there's other aspects that make this movie still worth watch and still a very, very fun movie. Now we go down to our 2-star ratings, which is nothing but some basic jabs and maybe a cross. It's bad you're not doing much, you're not really impressing me. You might hit once or twice because you're at least trying. There's something there, but it's not fully there. It's not recognized. There's still a lot of issues going on. There's a lot of maybe bad choreography, maybe terrible editing, music's bad, whatever the case may be. You're not there. You just have maybe a few hits to you, but you're not really that special. Then we go down to our 1-star. Our 1-star just has terrible hands. Your hands are just awful. You're barely making anything. If you do hit me with something, it's a lucky punch. Other than that, I'm not really feeling anything from here. This is not really impressing me. It's really just all around bad. You know, A for effort. If you have terrible hands, you had the balls to step in the ring. You know, kudos to you. And then when you have no stars, on our final tier is no stars, 0 stars whatsoever. This movie has no hands whatsoever. And the main thing when you have no hands is your fight choreographies is just straight trash. If the acting is bad, if the angles are bad, if the music's bad, if there's no redeemable qualities to this movie whatsoever, this movie has absolutely no hands whatsoever. Switch your job, go become a firefighter, you know, become an RN, you know, fly planes, you know, go fly planes, so, do real estate. There's plenty of other things you can do with your hands besides put them in a movie that involve hands. Just go into rom-com or something. So that's my tier list for my upcoming projects. Now I do want to go over the past movies that I've done, so we will take a quick second to go back and look at those movies and what I would review them. The first movie that I ever reviewed on this channel was The Raid Redemption, and this movie has combos. From the beginning, from the SWAT team entering the building, getting up to each floor, getting another criminal, and then being trapped in there, the ambiance was on point, the action was on point, the choreography had some amazing standouts, everything was great. The only reason why it wouldn't be a knockout is because it was a basic storyline. The next movie I did after that was the sequel to The Raid 2. Now that movie was a knockout. That movie was a knockout for a fact. I loved every single aspect of The Raid. It was not only an upgrade from the previous one when it comes to choreography and action, but they took it outside of the building. It exceeded every single other expectation that The Raid 1 gave it. It beat its predecessor by a landslide. They expanded the storyline to an entirely new level. The Raid 2 took every single element in the Raid 1 and completely upgraded it. Plus, I'll say it again, Rama vs. the Assassin is the greatest fight scene put on film, argue with your mama. The first Ip Man movie definitely have combos. Not only did it start this Donnie Yen Ip Man phenomenon, but it did a really great job expressing Wing Chun, and the story was pretty good. It was simply an point A to point B to point C story, but it was still a good story. Still enjoyable. The action was good. The dances were good. Loved every second of it. Next movie I did was Ip Man 2, and the Ip Man 2 movie was the two-piece in the biscuit. I feel like personally it was a downgrade from the first Ip Man. It was fun, but it wasn't anything amazing. Ip Man 3 definitely had combos as well. One of the main things I did not like about Ip Man 2 was how they portrayed boxing in there. I just did not like how the boxer looked. They completely rectified that with Mike Tyson inside of the movie. I enjoyed that aspect. The dances were a lot better. They reverted back to their one-on-ones a lot more than they did with Ip Man 2. And also the final battle with Wing Chun versus Wing Chun, that was just beautiful. The final fight scene almost made this a knockout, but there was just too many plot holes into the movie in itself for me to be like, oh, this is perfect. The next movie I covered that was a spin-off, Master Z, and Master Z was also a two-piece in a biscuit. Mainly because the choreography was on point. They had money, they was having fun with it, you can tell. They had some very enjoyable scenes. We had some great actors into it as well, like Tony Jaa and Dave Bautista. It was just good, but the only thing that was it was just a nice, solid, fun watching movie. It was nothing special or spectacular about the movie, like I was saying. The next movie I covered was Ip Man 4, the finale, the last Donnie Yen Ip Man movie. There's some other ones afterwards, but one day I might cover them. But for now, Ip Man 4 definitely had combo. It did what Ip Man 2 was supposed to do, and then it completely did it right. Ip Man 4 actually had the best conversation regarding racism in any of the movies, so I respected it for that matter. Then I broke it up and got into a little bit of an urban scene with Romeo Must Die with Jet Li, Aaliyah, and DMX. I had a childhood moment loving this movie, but after I rewatched it, I'm also a little bit real as well. I feel like that movie had a few basic jabs in the cross. It had a few hits every once in a while, but it hindered itself by not having a lot of fighters. It was more of a comedy action than an actual hand-to-hand action. So there was mainly Jet Li and his rival at the end of the movie. Other than that, it was nice creative fight scenes with actors who couldn't fight, and then a lot of comedy to make up for that. So with that being said, it didn't have a lot of hands, so I can't rate it high on the hands chart. And then we get to the last movie, Cradle to the Grave, which I had to break up into multiple parts, but I was still able to finish. YouTube ain't gonna stop me. And Cradle to the Grave just made it to having combos. And the reason why I say it just made it to having combos is because it upgraded everything that Romeo Must Die did with the same exact budget, which was impressive. You had more chase scenes, you had more fighters, so there was more choreography. There was more of an epic grandeur in the entire movie. The ambiance was a lot better. Jet Li had a lot more choreography and a lot more dances to go with, and every single actor was utilized properly. So I thought that was good enough, especially for an urban martial arts mix-up. That definitely have to have combos. That movie definitely has combos. And that is my tier list. My next movie will be Fearless, so be ready for that. And then after that will be Flashpoint. I'm still debating on what I'll be doing after that. I'm more than happy to take requests as this YouTube channel grows. So if you have any ideas, let me know in the comments. I appreciate the people that have subscribed with me now and my future subscribers in the future. So as usual, like if you like the video, subscribe if you like the content. Until next time, y'all be easy.